Rockabaco here with Orioles manager Buck Showalter on another edition of Buck's Blog. And Buck, I think this place is still abuzz over Chris Davis's pinch hit walk-off home run the other night. I always notice when he comes back to the dugout, he gives your hand an extra hard slap and you never react. And I'm curious whether you're hiding it or you just developed a thick skin from the 53 times you did that last year.
Yes. Yes, it's kind of a ritual. I kind of get I take it like a man. Just take it. I'll take a few more. I'm fine with it. And there's a certain give to it that softens the blow. And I've kind of figured that out a little bit, but he's a strong man.
Also have the tradition, of course, of the pies. What does that tell you about the club, that just as far as the bonding and the camaraderie with these guys? How much do you enjoy that?
I got that. I look at it, okay, don't get it in his eyes. I'm glad that they got something they like to eat and someone's benefit from it because they're not free. And someone's business is really picked up, and I think everybody kind of knows it's coming. And things like that. I try to worry about the really important things. And I love when the guys are enjoying themselves and like being here, and it's a place that they like to come. And you've seen the early arrivals, and guys stay and talk the game, and you like the environment. And, that's part of it. Is it kind of, I don't know, some people might think it's silly. Some people, it's not something original necessarily, but, I get it, and nobody goes unscathed. Trust me, I keep my eyes peeled.
Getting back to business, you'll be at least temporarily going back to a six-man rotation. Do you know definitively what you're going to be doing from that point forward? Are there still a lot of moving parts, as you say?
It's not really. It's always kind of funny, the fascination with six men. We got a doubleheader. That's why we have to have another guy. We don't want to have. You try to keep things in place as much as possible, and have a routine. Starting pitchers are really creatures of routine, and you try to keep them close to that as much as possible without putting them physically in harm's way. And obviously, we don't have anybody we want to pitch on 3 days rest, but. We're going to, I think Manny's impending suspension, they had the hearing today, kind of put some unknown there. We talked about a lot of scenarios. We're going to have to move pretty quickly once this all comes down, and the doubleheader with a possible suspension is really puts us, in harm's way, and we've got to be ready to make some moves to give ourselves the best chance to win.
Dylan Bundy ready to make another start at Aberdeen, and then supposedly he'll move up from there. Are you really encouraged by the way he's progressed, and could he help this club at some point in the second half?
Well, that's not a given. I talked to Brian Graham the other day about some things, and that's one of them. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see if that's still a move that we want to make, and if so, what level. It's not to say he couldn't pitch there again. We're going to be very diligent and move accordingly when it's time to move. And but a guy like Dylan, I have an idea in my head where he could potentially impact us, but, so could somebody in Bowie or somebody in Norfolk. We don't necessarily have him ahead of anybody, but physically, I think the last thing will come will be the arm speed on the curveball, on the breaking ball, and that's not quite there yet.
He's Buck Showalter. I'm Rockabatko. Thanks for watching.